Here we go again. Another stock trading guru. This guru knows everything about everything. He's a genius. He's gonna make me a lot of money. I know. You're sick and tired of hearing that. On YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, everywhere you go, even in your dreams, all you see is gurus talking about how amazing they are and how they can make you so much money, and you're sick and tired of it. I know how it feels. I've been there, and it's annoying, it's frustrating, and especially now with all types of marketing, ads everywhere. These people, they follow you around. Well, the good news is this is one of my first videos on how our service works and how we've performed over the span of the past, let's just say, 6 months. And I'm going to start it off with March. And what I want to do is, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I want to make this quick and easy and as little pain as possible. And I just want to show you what we've done and let you be the judge of where we stand. Right? So, as you can see here, this is Friday, March the 1st. This is my phone. This is not any sort of Photoshop. I can send you proof of all of the messages that we've sent out. No amazing swing on March the 1st, and it was Friday. I didn't want to hold anything over the weekend. I wasn't sure what can happen over the weekend, so I said, you know what, forget about it. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go over to another stock, and this was a stock that we alerted on March the 4th at 51 cents, and the target was 56 cents or 62 cents or 92 cents, depending on where the stock goes. And what we're going to do is we're going to come back over here, and right here we can see the time. We can see the date. And that's the most important thing. The date is what matters most. And we're going to come all the way down here. This is March the 4th. And we said our target was 56, 62, and 97. What this means is if we try to get in at 51 cents up to 53 cents, and if we miss it, then we miss it, then we don't get in at all. But if we get in at 51, our target is to sell at 56, and if we go above 56, let's just say up to 59 or 58, what we need to do is move our stop loss to 56 cents. So what this does is it'll at least cover us for the 56 cents target. If we get past 62 cents, we move our stop loss to 62 cents, and if we get up to 97 cents, we should be out. We should be selling everything. Now, unfortunately, this stock had some earnings, and it didn't work out as well as we wanted it to. But let's take a look at 51 cents here, and we're going to take a look at 56 cents. And did we hit our target? We definitely did, because if you look over here again, what you'll see is on March the 5th, the very next day, the stock goes from 52 cents up to a high of 57 cents. So we didn't make $1 million, but we made about 10%, which is not bad at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back down a little bit, and we're going to start looking at some other stuff here. So I said in the next message, I said we sold VLRX and moved the rest. Well, we sold half and we moved the rest to the stop loss, and basically we got stopped out of that stock because pre-market the stock started falling, and we did have an opportunity to sell it at our buy price, and that's exactly what we did. The next one we're going to look at is FPay. All right, we're going to come over to FPay, and we're going to look at the date here, which is March the 5th. And as you can see, the time is right here. 3:42 is when the message was sent out. And we're going to find the date right here, which is the 5th of March. We had to get in between 90 and 92 cents, and our target was 95, 107, and 168. Now, keep in mind, it's a lot easier to hit these higher targets on low float stocks. This is not much of a low float. I mean, this shows about 8.1 million, but in reality, I can guarantee you there's a lot more, and this is not as accurate as we would want it to be. So let's draw a line at 90 cents, and that's about right there on this day. And as you can see, the date here, March the 5th. And if you look over here, March the 5th, and our target for this stock was 95 cents. Now, it's not a lot of money, but at the same time, when there aren't many opportunities, you know, these type of things aren't that bad. It could be a lot worse. You could be losing money. At the end of the day, the stock does go up to about $1.04 in a few days. It's quite boring, and reality for me was I got bored of it and I said I'm out. Like, this is not working, right? So I got out of the stock. I know this is becoming somewhat boring as well, but we are going to continue with a few better options coming up. So next one we got here is we're out of FPA, we're out of VLRX. The next one we got is LMFA. How did we do on this one? I can't really remember off the top of my head, so we're going to take a look at it. So this is March the 6th, and the March the 6th is right about here, and our target was to get in at 161, and we had to get out at 169. So what happened here? We get in at 161, and the stock goes as high as 180. So we didn't make a lot of money there, but again, we did okay. And keep in mind, uh, this is when the market was a little slow. This week was a little slow, and things got a little bit better as we moved ahead. Now, in this message here, I'm going to open this one up, and this will prove to you that, these are real alerts. So I said LMFA hit target one. I hope you all sold at least half, and then you get stopped out on the other half. Whatever happens, happens. That's something we deal with later. Now, the next one is TNXP, right? So this is when the market starts to become a little bit better and things become a little bit more interesting. So the buy target for TNXP was 221, and 221 is right over here. I can't really get to 221, but let's take a look at again what we're looking at for the stock itself. The target was to get in at 221, and the very next day the stock ends up at goes to a high of 423. We can't really sell at that high. I mean, we're not going to, mainly because nobody knows how high a stock can really go. The reason it's difficult to know how high a stock can go is mainly because it becomes a day trade, and as in a day trade, you don't really know what's going to happen. Uh, if there's nothing else moving that day, then a lot of people will jump into the stock, and then the stock will keep going. But if there are other stocks that are moving that day, then it might not go as high as you think it might. So basically, that's what happened. So let's just say you said the stock is coming down. I'm going to sell at 355 because obviously when it opened, it jumped up higher, and then it came back down, and it came back up a little bit. But let's just say it went up higher, and you said, you know what, I'm going to put a stop on my buy price, 355. You did pretty good. I mean, 221 to 355. It's not bad. IMPX didn't really hit 155. We didn't get into that stock. We're going to come down. We're going to close this again. As you can see, it's a real phone, which is beautiful. The next one we did was we said if we don't get filled for TNXP, because at that point we had not hit 221. We ended up hitting 221 after hours, which was about 5 minutes after the market closed, which is fantastic. I said we're going to get into PULM instead. And for PULM, I said, let's come down here, looking at my real phone, which is March the 7th, and I'm showing you real proof. I mean, you know how easy it is to fool people by showing them fake bank statements? Uh, by a lot of people, what they do is they'll get like 1,500 members to come in after them into a very low float stock, and the stock will go flying, and then they'll be like, ah, look at me, I made $10,000. Good for you, buddy. That's front running, and that's a scam. If you can sleep at night doing that, good for you. I'm really happy for you. Okay. Actually, I'm not. But anyways, we're looking at March the 7th. So the buy target for PULM, I'm going to come down here again, was to buy at 146, and as you can see, the stock goes up to about $1. How high did it go here? So it went up to about $1.44. That was a high that day, the day the alert was sent out. Well, the beautiful thing is, the very next day, the stock goes below our buy price, and then it crosses above our buy price, and look at what it does. It goes all the way up to about 234. Again, we're probably not going to get out at the high of this candlestick, but you know what? I will take a trade from 154, or sorry, 146 to 215, no issues. Any day of the week, I'm definitely happy with that. All right, let's take a look at the next one. So there are some people that are, trading with you stock trade, which emailed me and said, hey, listen, I couldn't get into the trade. I don't have uh, after hours or pre-market trading. I said, what sucks. These type of things happen, but I told them, what, the future's bright, and everything's gonna be beautiful and perfectly fine, and don't worry about a thing. So we're gonna get into GEVO here, and again, as you can see, I'm not skipping any trades. I'm not skipping any days here either. So we're gonna come into this one here, which is March the 8th, and I said to buy this at 265. And as you can see, the high on that day was 260, and we obviously didn't get in because you were supposed to get in at 265. So now that sucks. So we gotta skip. Now what we do here, again, this is March the 8th, and we're going to come back down here, and a DCIX. That's another one that hurts, because we didn't get into that one either. Now, this is what happens. When you start getting into stocks that are going to make big moves, and that are going to work the following day, what kind of happens is the market plays games, and they try to keep you out, and you have to know what your limits are. You have to stick by your rules, and you just have to make sure you don't get caught up in anything. But anyways, let's come down here. March the 8th. So if we don't get into that one, we got to get into this one. So what happened with this one? Um, we didn't get into that, so we have to look at DCIX. And DCIX, again, the date up here. And you look at the high on that day was 92 cents. Our target was to buy at 91, or between 91 and 93. So even at 91 cents is a good buy. The target was 97. The very next day, the stock goes as high as $1.17 pre-market, which is something that I have zero issues with. Unfortunately, I did not sell at 117 because I can't tell the future. But that's basically where I'm at. Now, what I did is I could have turned off my messages at the top. I didn't turn them off because I want you to see that it's a real phone and this is not made up stuff. So, anyways, DCIX, at least you can see that we hit target one, which was 97, and basically that's what we did. Now, what I'm focusing on here is, yes, it's not about um, big returns all the time. We just want to make some money. We want consistency. As you can see, there's been consistency. So our RTS was the next one. I made a bit of a boo-boo here on this one, and I alerted this one here, and this was March the 11th, and my mistake was I didn't realize that this one had earnings, so that kind of sucks. So I had to come back down here and say, so I made a mistake. RRTS had its earnings. Now keep in mind, I'm not an amateur. I didn't start trading yesterday. I've been trading for over 5.5 years. I've seen a lot. And I'm talking about every single day being in the market and no days off. I have never not seen what happens on a day in the market in 5.5 years. So that's a lot of time, and I have zero regrets. I love it. This is my passion. I will never stop because I just cannot. So either way, I sent out another message. What time was this? Around 3:50, and I said, "Hey guys, sorry. I made a mistake. Well, I didn't say sorry there. I'll say sorry now. But I made a mistake. RTS. I was running out of time, so I couldn't really figure out what I wanted to say." And I said, I'm out. I lost 2 cents. Now the next day, I alert SELB. All right. So the stop on this was 209. We didn't really quite get to 209. I'm still holding it, and we'll see what happens. So we got to 210, came back up to 220, 224. I moved my stop, and I'll show you where I've sent out a message saying I moved my stop. And these are the things that it's all about communication. Now I sent out a watch list as well, a small one. I do this on a regular basis. When I see something that could move in the next 2 to 3 days, I let people know. And this is not really for the people that just started trading. It's mostly for the people that have been trading for a few years, that know how to execute in a timely manner. and just making sure all of that good stuff happens. So this one didn't get alerted yet either, but keep an eye on it. Something will happen soon. All right. So the last one that we're gonna do for this month is GEVO, and what we're looking at here is GEVO, and the buy for this one was 251, and as you can see, the high on the day here is 251. All right. Now the target for this one is 261, 357, and I've only given out two because the stock likes to do this. It likes to go up and come down pretty fast, and maybe that's not a good example because it went from $4 to $26, which is beautiful. But as you can see here, it likes to go up, come back down, go up, come back down, go up, come back down, and we alerted this one here as well. Our members got in here at 281, and I will be showing the proof of that alert in the next video, because well, not the next one, because the next video is going to be for February, and then there's going to be another video for March, and then December, and then November, and then October. I'm thinking of doing it the past 6 months or so. So there will be more videos. Keep an eye out. Make sure you look it up, and you'll see what happens. And that's basically it. And it did it again, gapped up, came back down. So that's basically where we're at. The stock, I believe, hit about 305 after hours, and I think hopefully we can see 357. I think there's a good chance. But what I will be doing is I will be putting my stop loss at my at the open price, and if it goes below the open price, I will sell everything and I'll be out. So I should have sold some at 261, but then the stock flew up, and I didn't notice it until it was a little late. The next one we have is AYTU, and I said if we don't get in for GEVO, then we can get into AYTU, and we shouldn't really be focusing on that because GEVO is the stock that we are in at the moment. This program has been designed for people that are restricted by the PDT rule. If you don't know what the PDT rule is, you should definitely Google it. I don't like to get people into the habit of being fed everything. And the best thing, the advice anybody can give you, the best thing I can do for you is to always tell you to Google everything. That's the most important thing. You will become extremely successful, and all you have to do is, stay the course. Just stick to the program. Be patient, wait for it, and it will work out. So that's basically it for the month of March so far. I will be doing February, January, December, November, and October, and I guarantee you will love every single video. I'm gonna keep it nice and short, and it's become a little too long already, and it's only been alerts for half a month, so I want to make it quick. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the chat room.